Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn Social Science of Standard 10th, Chapter number 18, Price Rise and Consumer Awareness. This is the part number 3, topic Consumer Awareness in Consumer Protection. There arose a need to stop exploitation of consumer in different ways to protect rights and to provide mental and physical security. In India, a description regarding consumer protection because of misbehavior towards consumers and their exploitation was made for the first time in Kautilya's Arthashastra, which describes the misbehavior of trader towards consumer and his exploitation. We find a mention of punishment for under measurement of goods and adulteration or duplication. American President John Franklin Kennedy presented four rights of the consumers on March 15, 1962, in the Parliament of America. He expressed soreness on the thought that opinion of the consumer is not heard. International organization Consumers International published a notification showing rights of consumer on 15th March 1983. So 15th March is observed as World Consumer Day every year. Afterwards, in its meeting on 16th April 1985, the United Nations declared 8 basic consumer rights in its bill. United Nations Guidelines for Consumer Protection. According to this, it recommended every nation of the world to set up effective legal structure for rights and interest protection of consumers. For this, Indian Parliament formed National Consumer Protection Act 1986, which was signed and permitted by the President on 24th December 1986. So, every year 24th December is celebrated as National Consumer Rights Day in India. Gujarat government had implemented Gujarat Consumer Protection Act 1988 on 18th February 1988. As per this, legal action for consumer protection has been undertaken. In 1993 and 2002, many important amendments have been implemented in India in consumer protection. People have wished to bring change in the age-old act as per requirement of time. Many provisions have been made under Consumer Protection Legislation 1986. Now we shall gather information about important provisions made the Act. Legislation concerning consumer rights. Consumer Protection Act is a milestone in the history of social economic acts of India and is helpful to people. For protection of right of consumer and their interest, this is the most progressive and acceptable law which provides following provisions. First, related to consumer service. Under the above legislation, in terms of the trader, commodity, and service, a consumer may be defined as follows. In terms of commodity, a consumer is one who has legal protection. For this, any of the following person. First, if a person has made payment or has promised to make payment or has agreed for any offered made of payment in lieu of purchase of any commodity or service is called a consumer. Second, the person who pays the value of product either in the form of installments or by hire purchases system or hires a service either receives a service is called a consumer. But if any person sells a purchased product for business or commercial purpose or provides free of cost services or the service under personal service agreement, they are not covered under this legislation and are not protected. Thus, objective of this law to see that consumers get the product or services of high quality along with its protection of interest of the consumer are also seen. According to the provision, if the type, quality of goods or services as well as the agreement are not as per as prevailing law or provided services are defective or deficient or commodity is substandard quality, the consumer may be complained under consumer protection law. Now second, rights of consumers. Consumer commits a mistake in selection of right commodity due to lack of information regarding different types of commodities available in the market and could not receive proper intensive on money spent by him. His money is wasted. He expresses regret that he has been cheated. In it, he invites many types of disease by purchasing edible objects of low quality and duplicate or adulterated and of low quality, which harms the health. Moral standard of society goes down due to immoral activities like under measurement, adulteration and duplication, cheating, looting in price and corruption. Laws have been framed so that producers and traders maintain uniformity and transparency in price, quality, quantity of product. Because of the provisions, consumer becomes aware and is educated about various tricks adopted for exploiting them and how to fight against malpractices. Many rights have been granted for understanding various solutions under this Act. Main objective of consumer awareness is to protect these rights. According to the law, consumers have been given 6 rights. First right to safety. Consumers has the rights to be protected if the commodity or service is dangerous or harmful for health. He has the right to get protection for the maintenance of physical environment and quality of life. Second, right to get information. The consumer should have information about quality, quantity, capacity, purity, class, standard, usage, price, etc. of commodities or services so that he may be protected in the market against malpractices or corrupt practice with the help of a right to information. The consumer is encouraged to behave responsibility. The consumer gets information from label, packing, advertisement, price list, government, public news and reports. Third, right to choose. Consumer has the right to access a variety of goods at competitive rates, choosing a commodity or service which could earn maximum profit and has good quality. Objective of rights to choose is to confirm reasonable price, satisfactory service, and assurance of quality. Consumer has the freedom to choose such a commodity which is most convenient. Fourth, right to be heard or right to represent. Under this law, such an agreement are made in which rights and interests of the consumers are protected and represented and considered. There are also provisions to make arrangement in which a non-political, non-commercial consumer society is formed having its own consumer representative who can represent their interest properly. Now fifth number, right to seek redressal. This right gives right to the consumers to make complaint against dishonest commercial practices or loss due to negligence or ethical exploitation. It also gives a right to the consumer to be prevented from loss by asking for the compensation. In this, consumer may ask for one or more than one relief like exchange of the goods, return of the goods, return of money, repair without asking for charge, etc. Consumer may ask for the incentive or not, but it is entitled to get incentive. Sixth number, right to consumer education. This right ensures that a consumer gets complete information and develops patience and skill. Factors responsible for exploitation of consumers at the village level are ignorance, lack of awareness among consumers, etc. By including it in the school curriculum, efforts should be made to train consumers and improve their skill through meeting of different institutions, consumer education related discussion session, exhibition, work camp, etc., so that they may play the role of an alert consumer in the market. Consumer education is helpful in this. Thanks. There is given the homework. Please complete it.